World War II, late in World War II, around 1944. And so as early as 1918, there was, can you imagine if we had a disease that ran rampant across the world? We certainly would say that is apocalyptic, you know. That is the kind of thing that the Bible talks about will happen in the end time. Well, there's a couple of other news items that I want to bring to your attention today. One of them is from the Visa chief in Europe, Mr. Peter Aliff. He said that by 2012, using credit and debit cards should be cheaper and more convenient than cash. So they're moving on with this idea of a cashless society by the year 2012. Some retailers could start as surcharging customers if they choose to buy products with cash. How about that? Because of the greater cost of processing these payments, he warned. Visa Europe briefed the British Retail Consortium last month on the new contactless cards that can be waved in front of a scanner to make small payments. However, the consortium dismissed this vision and claimed that the card processing fees, which regulators are investigating, are still too high. One member of the consortium said that the estimated interchange fee charged to retailers amounts to up to 4 cents for each transaction, or 4% for each transaction. One gentleman, Nick Morant, a treasurer at Tesco, said, quote, "There is a duopoly between MasterCard and Visa in the UK. Their setting of fees is anti-competitive." Well, one of these days, the retailer may be forced to charge you more if you use cash than if you use a card. One more little item here. Bank holiday planned for September. Bob Chapman's influential international forecaster is reporting on the possibility of a so-called bank holiday planned for late August or early September. According to Chapman sources, U.S. embassies around the world are selling dollars and stockpiling money from their respective countries in which they operate. Quote, "Some U.S. embassies worldwide are being advised to purchase massive amounts of local currencies," writes Harry Schultz, "enough to last them a year." Schultz publishes the Harry Schultz Letter, an international investment, financial, economic, and geopolitical newsletter, named as the Newsletter of the Year by Peter Breinlow of MarketWatch in 2005 and again in 2008. Schultz believes the global elite are in the process of engineering an FDR-type bank holiday of undetermined length in order to sort out the bank mess and impose new bank rules. So, look for it and prepare for it if it's possible for you to do so, because there may be a bank holiday this August or September, according to these people. And by the way, they are a prestigious group. I'm not making this up. That's their statement. I'm just reporting the news. As one news source says, I report, you decide. Okay? But hey, the Bible tells us that the third horseman said that it was a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And that's a controlled economy. And by the way, on this, I'm not sure that I can find it here, but one of the international banking cartel men said, here it is. Richard M. Haas, president of the Council of Foreign Relations, has said, quote, "States must be prepared to cede some sovereignty to world bodies if the international system is to function." So, we may not have a dollar much longer. We may be going to an international currency controlled by the International Monetary Fund, and, shall we say, the Council on Foreign Relations. Of course, that's just a think tank, you understand. The United Nations could be behind all of this. We'll find out, I guess, in time to come. But I want you to know that the Bible talks about a world currency and men losing their sovereignty in order to accept the rules of buying and selling. It's called a mark in the flesh of the hand of the forehead. And think of it now. If you take that mark, then you are no longer free. You must use their money in their bank, maybe under your name, but if you don't do what they want you to do, they can eliminate your bank account just like that. And you cannot buy or sell unless you follow their rules. Well, to me, that's called slavery. And the world is moving in that direction today. But Jesus is coming soon. He'll put a stop to all of that, and he'll set up a world kingdom where men will live in peace for 1,000 years. Utopia at last. I'm J.R. Church. We'll see you again tomorrow with our analysis of the news.